gloves are off in Chicago. FaZe have thrown quite the heavy knock to Team Liquid's confidence on their map pick, no less. Team Liquid, they were given the choice of 7 and they take it to Inferno, and that didn't stop FaZe from flexing. I do have Pimp and Lurpus alongside with myself, Machine, to talk about this one, and my God, what a start to our second semi-final. FaZe Clan have come out of the gates at a sprint. Liquid couldn't maintain that pace, Jacob. I mean, it was 2-5. They had a nice 3-round cushion, things were looking great, and then FaZe just went on a run.
Nico happened. Simple as that. He happened. I think that was another great showcase of how individual strong he is and what you can really defend yourself against. Liquid played that fine. You know, the round itself, you know, there was a lot of mistakes made in that one. That's just how it goes sometimes. But the following rounds and the following pace from Nico just showed how much of a world-class player he is when he gets inside the zone. One interesting statistic I actually found in this game is the fact that Liquid had more first kills than FaZe had. We're standing here after a game where FaZe is winning 16-7, like completely dominating Liquid. Yet the only player from Liquid who didn't have more first kills than first death is Taco. The other 4 guys actually had a lot of first works and got them into the rounds. It's just another, you know, cementing to how strong FaZe are and the individual strengths of the FaZe players when they get into situations, even 4 versus 5.
No, absolutely. Everyone had their moments. You saw, of course, even now you had Carrigan with a triple on the Org when he was playing defensive on B. Nico did happen, though. I mean, we're just going to be watching a highlight reel of Nico, I imagine, for the next couple of minutes. Because he was pushing down middle. He was holding balcony. He was clutching at one point. He was winning a full eco, as well as was FaZe. I mean, Tommy, that round is one that I know sticks out to you.
That's the round that really turned the entire game around. Up until then, it looked like Liquid had full control of the game. They were up 5-2. They had all the money in the world. It looked like they were going to be able to cruise to something like a 10-5, maybe even 11-4 half. That would have been great. That would have set them up to have a okay CT side and then close out the map, go up 1-0, and then hope to close it out on overpressure. At the very least, guarantee that they get to see cash. But they made a couple of mistakes on that save round. Clearly poor communication that allowed Nico to get the 2nd kill and then the 3rd kill without anybody looking his way in construction. And from there, Liquid just fell flat. It honestly just seemed like they kind of realized, or at least thought to themselves, like, we really blew that right there. Nico got warmed up, and that was what we said was going to be the X factor. It was one of the FaZe players is having a great game. That's what Nico did. He shut down multiple rounds by himself, and Liquid just lost all confidence, it seemed like. They just were no longer in the game.
Yeah, so Liquid falling flat over to a man, though, that always stands tall. It's Trace Danasaranthus, who's hanging out with the crowd.
Thank you very much. That hurt really bad. All right, thank you. We got that out of the way. Either way, that's right. I'm in the Red Bull best seats in the house. I got my friends here in Sydney and Justin, and they are somewhat local, but not even close to that. In fact, I'm going to have to ask you guys right away, what are we naming this chicken?
Guardian, for sure.
So you're saying Guardian looks like a chicken?
Yep.
Okay, what do you got for me, man?
I don't know. It has better hair than Twist, though, so...
That's a yikes for me, dog. Well, moving forward, let's talk about your experience here. Just had to give that to you. I felt like it was appropriate. Now, going into this second map of Mirage, is this going to be a FaZe stomp?
For sure.
Okay, well, I like the confidence there. What do you got, Justin?
I want to say Liquid. I want to say Liquid's going to win this one, but FaZe is playing really well, so we'll see what happens. But
well, let's see what happens. And the only way these two are going to be seeing it is from right here at the Red Bull best seats in the house. And in fact, if you're at home right now, let's crack a cold one open, boys. Let's do it. Send it back to the desk with Alex.
Fantastic. You know, he knows how to kick back and relax, does our Trace.
I've got a question for you, Alex.
Yeah?
Who do you think is more confident, the young gentleman wearing a Cloud9 jersey or Liquid themselves?
Honestly, I think it's a toss-up at this point. Yeah, it's too hard to call because Team Liquid have looked shaken. I think they even looked scared stepping onto that stage in the first place. I said to Tommy as we walked back, Jacob, that they didn't look like a team that were ready to beat FaZe. They looked like a team that were a little shaken, and I think their gameplay displayed the same.
Just to follow up on your point about Liquid falling flat, I think they showcase one of the biggest problems this Liquid lineup has, and that's the lack of an in-game leader that actually is a tested and proven in-game leader. I don't want to point any fingers. Nitro is doing well in some areas of the game, but when it comes down to situations where the pre-plan is like as you said, you know, they have a 5-2 lead. You know, that's probably pre-planned. They know what they're going to do the first buy round. They know what they're going to do the first eco round. They know what they're going to do in the first, you know, 5-6 rounds. But after that one, it comes into the mid-round decisions. It comes into the in-game leader and to the team to understand what's going on and adapt. And that's where Liquid is lacking a little bit compared to a stream like Astralis or a team like FaZe.
I mean, also, how do you account for Nico having 27 frags? There's nothing you can do. You can't prepare for that. We'll see if he can replicate that on map 2, which is where I want to take this conversation next. Mirage is where FaZe chose to take this one, and it is a map that they have previously been thriving on in this tournament. I want to remind myself exactly what the scoreline was, but let's not forget they did best Astralis on it 16-7. I mean, that is a scoreline that Astralis won't forget in a hurry, and Liquid must be quaking in their boots, you know, well aware of that, Jacob.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough one for Liquid as well. They played Mirage 4 times, and FaZe have won 3 out of 4 times, right? So it already now, it's sort of like it established as a dominance for these guys coming into a map like Mirage. That said, though, I do believe Liquid have the abilities to turn this around. I mean, the pre-playing, again, if Zeus made a great pre-playing and Nico is not happening, then there is definitely a chance for Liquid to play as a team and make sure that FaZe doesn't get those individual qualities shown. If there is a map they've shown a little bit of weakness on as well, FaZe that is, it has been Mirage. So I wouldn't say it's a clear-cut victory here for FaZe. There's definitely some wiggle room, but then again, if Nico is happening or Guardian is happening, I want to see a guy like Trist step up big time. I want to see Nafly show the skill that he showed 6 months ago, where we were talking about him being one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, I mean, that's a conversation that has been muted, and certainly in that game, at the bottom of the scoreboard, Naf struggled with quite the kill-death differential, and not in a good way. Tommy, let's focus on where this win would come from. Are you just going to start saying Twist and Naf's name over and over again, or is there more to it?
I think Elise is actually usually the key player for Liquid on Mirage, both on CT and T side. CT side is obviously plays a very fluid role. He kind of likes to roam around, similar to Crims in some ways. On the T side, he's usually the guy leading the way, going up connector and just getting a lot of entry kills. I think he's going to have a big game here. I think Naf is another player. I mean, we said before the first map, he's kind of the X factor in this team. He's usually the one who puts him over the top, and you know, he just really didn't do that on Inferno. He had an appalling showing. He just has to do better, or otherwise Liquid are just not going to be able to mount a comeback here. And one thing that I would just like to see more is I don't think Liquid used any timeouts during that game, and it seemed like when you get those big swing rounds going against you, that would be the right time where you could, you know, take a breather, think things through. And you know, there's something to be said for the other side, which is really the old coaching thing where you don't take a timeout, you hope that the players figure it out, but they don't.
Right, and
they don't, Alex.
And when you have such a clearly both proven and respected coach standing behind you, and he can only talk during those timeouts, when you concede a round like that, it makes almost no sense to not. You know, exactly, get the T out and give Zeus his 60 seconds. Wouldn't you say, Jacob? I mean, that is perhaps a missed opportunity on map 1.
Yeah, it's like it's one or two scenarios again where I feel Zeus is probably aware of the fact that he has the timeouts right, and he is, as you said, a proven coach. And like, if you take a timeout and you tell the team, all right, guys, we did everything right, but Nico happened. Like, you don't get anything constructed out of that. If you were to take a timeout, it would be just to cool down the players and tell them, like, guys, you're doing the right thing here, but Nico is happening. Let's try to do this and this and this and this.
That sounds important. That sounds like something I'd need to hear.
Yeah, but then again, he's giving some trust into the players as well. So it's always a fine balance with when do you take the timeouts and when don't you. And if he has a feeling standing behind the team, and let's not forget, he can listen to the communication as well. If he has a feeling they're making the right calls, they're doing the right decisions, and they're not, you know, thrown out of it, then there's no reason to take that timeout. It's one of those scenarios where it's tough from the critics outside to say, you should have done this, you should have done that, but he's in fact the only one who knows what's going on within the team.
Yeah, they recently conceded games on Mirage, both Fnatic, Mouse, and previously FaZe Clan, all offline, and some even here in Chicago. It's not been a great map for Team Liquid, and I think from what we've said and what we're seeing, seems like a lot of doubt surrounding Team Liquid now. They're going to have to prove you wrong, Tommy. Is that the case?
They're going to have to be a whole lot better than in the first map, Alex. Otherwise, this is going to be quick.
All right, it has to be a hard reset. I'm sure you can help them, Chicago. If you want to see Team Liquid step into the third map, they have to do damage on Mirage. It's Henry G and Sadakis to be filling your ears with Casting Delight.
Absolutely, we will, and Liquid have no choice but to play their best game, arguably, this whole tournament. FaZe looked excellent on Inferno, and this is their map choice as we get things started in the pistol. Fortunately for Team Liquid, this not being their map means they get CT to start things off.
Yeah, a small victory there, a silver lining of sorts. We'll see what happens in the first pistol here, though. P250 for Guardian, an absolute pistol master, to be honest. So watch out for him, light him to scoreboard there. Taco, that isn't bad. He'll get the initial headshot and fall back. It's an early 5-on-4 advantage here for Team Liquid. Exactly what they need here after that battering they took on Inferno.
Go back over toward Palace. So Olaf down, this has swayed them toward the A side. Liege plays underneath. Don't be misled by the minimap. We can see it now on screen. And he's got support. Reverse fire for Twist. That gives him the option of watching Connector, of which there will be no troubles. So he'll be able to swing out whenever available to Liege. And Nitro backs them from far. That nade timing. Smoke's down. Nitro has all the reason in the world to throw it, but he elects not to. He's gonna be late on it as a result of that, but still slight damage. Rain's gone. Good find for Twist. Good hold. Gets tagged up though. And good stuff means that he couldn't get the aim punch off. Shot was missing, and bomb plant for Kerrigan. Taco rotates back over from B. Smoke still down. Great play from Nitro. This would be Liquid picking up their first pistol in this series. So Taco does so by getting Kerrigan. I take that back. They won the first on Inferno as well. So similar starts to perhaps Mirage.
Well, will they be able to find the same success they did in Inferno? They are 5-2 up on the T side. It's a great pistol from them. Taco opens things up towards the B bomb site. Managed to find a nice early frag, funnels him in towards A. FaZe did answer back with a couple of kills, but ultimately the defuse comes in. Liquid will be fending off at least one AK here, though. I can see Rain purchasing up. Nico's been dropped the weapon. He still has $2,000. This is more of a tactical purchase. They're still going to buy in the third round here, but try and cause whatever damage they can with that AK-47. The way Nico's playing so far in this series, that's not a bad call at all, Matt. He got 27 kills in the first map. If he can find even a couple of frags here, that's going to weaken the defenses for the next round.
Liege waits window, and the AK for Nico, gets underneath. There's a chance they'll try and boost that up. So Liege's position, if he plays it right, could be perfect. Who do they send? Sending the rifle's a bit bold. Sending the Deagle and getting position optimistically off it is another thing. They want to go for the pick instead. So rather than putting him in the window, they just want him to have the angle so that if anyone rotates in or out, he can get them. And they now know that Liege is pinned in. So if his patience pays off, this is an easy kill for Nico. And here he goes across. Boost didn't quite get there. Liege stays alive, but he'll chase him down smartly. Good movement mechanics from Nico as well. That's not an easy jump under pressure.
Certainly not. Well, there we have it. A 4-4 at least. Nico establishing himself in the window. And Guardian looking for the second frag there. Luckily, Nafly, recovering from his poor performance in Inferno, does find the more important kill and falls back as well.
He thought about going back to the corner because he was spotted going toward the site. Maybe they could have baited himself back in, but thinks better of it. Twist's pushing all the way through. MP9, we'll see if that amounts to anything, but really it comes down to how effective the crossfire is in B. Because if Nav goes down, it's two guns. The AK still for Nico. They know he's there, have to trade it. Taco needs to support, but great hold from Nav. Nico gets it back, but he's left in a 1-on-3. Taco doesn't have to overcommit to this. Sure, he would love to deny the plant, but there's 10 seconds. Just force him onto the bomb as he even sprays it, but Taco holds his nerve, doesn't peek out, and when he does, he makes no mistake on it.
A decent try there. Like we said, Nico gets a couple of kills. That's a worthwhile investment. He can still buy up into this round and just be Kerrigan who goes down to the UMP. He dropped the rifle before. We'll see if this is where FaZe can pick up their first round. Taco still with the AK. You're absolutely right. Nice discipline from him. Didn't overcommit, didn't allow the plant to go down. Just running that clock as low as he possibly could. No AWP on the CT side, but same story for FaZe as well. 4 AKs and most of their utility as they head towards middle. Looks more like a default setup with Nico holding the A ramp. Liege takes quite a lot of damage there from the initial grenade. Rain and Olaf sticking together. You can see guarding Kerrigan, making sure there's no mid-aggression. We've got Olaf and Rain working together through the underpass, and there's Nico watching for flanks on the A side of the map.
Smoke goes out toward mid-window. Standard procedure. Liege actually gets hit by one going to the top of connector. So bottom connector already covers, so no one could contest toward mid. Smoke down so they can push up, and a further at the top of connector means they really can establish themselves. FaZe, and we know how good they are in Mirage, let's be honest. No surprise to see Nico. He used to be a mid player way back, but ever since the last sort of year and a half, he's been so good at working in this position, walking out from Palace, and no surprise as they take mid to see him there already.
Less than a minute now. Nico is in position as they smoke up towards jungle. It's going to be Elijah, the first frag. Great timing to take down Guardian. Going to need a lot more than that, though. Rain will take heavy damage as well. Tinks up once more. It's up to Nico to try and find the headshots, but they're peeking so effectively here, working together. Liquid seems to be coming to life as 30 seconds hits. It looks like it will be a A round going in favor of Team Liquid there. 3-0. They negate the third round force buy. As we'll see FaZe go down to another eco here. A lot of work to do, Matt, but this is the start they needed. They had it on Inferno. Remember, 5-2 up, and the game finished 16-7. They cannot afford to lose to any more ecos here. They need to keep their eyes on the prize and make sure they're playing these rounds as smart as possible. No one can overcommit, can't get these extra pushes when you're up against the pistols. If you give an inch to FaZe, they will take a mile every single time. PD50s, Deagles, no armor, no nades. Should be 4-0 here, but I say that with bated breath.
Massive nade. Look at Guardian. Swallowed it. As Kerrigan takes Nitro out, that's at least a kill for the pistols, but Naf pulls it back immediately. And even though they're in connector, there's no smokes down, which means it should be pretty straightforward. In fact, Naf, he's going to collect all thus far. Good read from Mirage. Got that movement mechanic on the MP9. Run and gun. Takes out both. Not wasting any time. We go 4-0 for Liquid.
Round 5, this is where the game really begins. Team Liquid
began on Inferno as well, to be fair.
And it's Team Liquid down to them to really dig their heels in now and not give anything away. It's Twist on the AWP, not Nitro for now at least. As we head into round number 5, we'll see the AWP for Guardian. He's yet to post a frag, but there was similar scenes on Inferno as well. He was what, 0-6?
He was 1-6.
1-6 before he came to life. So just because he has a slow start doesn't mean it'll be a slow game. Good nades to Rain. Takes 51 damage at the start there. Liquid are looking much more poised here after losing the first map. Great start, not giving anything away, not presenting any sort of aggression just yet as Twist open things up. Great shot by him. That's towards the A ramp, and Nafly, he'll answer back as well with the boost towards short, but Olofmeister will at least find the first frag here for FaZe. It's the 4 versus 3.
Kerrigan absolutely going down. Expected he was going to be gifted the kitchen. He's got other ideas. Tacos are made in the kitchen, Henry.
It's true.
Guardian's going to take it back with the AWP. He's not scared of close range. Checks it to make sure, but now, if he can open this up, bombs in tow, there's a chance they can still get a plant. This round's not done by any means. Fortunately, the bomb has to sit back a little bit longer due to the flames between them. Spotted by, ooh, Elise, great shot. That's going to put him low. That was through the edge of the wall with none other than the AUG, and already they're backing off to reconsider. 39 seconds, though. Backing off doesn't really yield much. Instead, though, Olaf with 100 HP, he could still potentially get the pick, but they're well aware of the positioning, and already the rotation toward the window from Nitro means that there's nowhere else to go.
Should be no chance here for FaZe. Coming to 15 seconds here, Taco and Elise holding strong in the B site. They'll actually drop in another flashbang as well, just trying to hold them off. They might as well save now, FaZe. Not worth just jumping out and losing both the weapons they have. They'll still have maximum loss bonus, especially if they keep these 2 weapons up. They'll have a nice, decent buy for the next round as Elise looks to go hunting here. He'll be punished for it, not the worst. He still has plenty of cash. It was worth a little probe towards the B side of the map. 5-0 on the CT side of Mirage. Still a lot of rounds to be played here, but it couldn't have been better. Liquid have barely given up anything. Is this the round, Matt, where they want to go aggressive? I would say it probably is. This is when you want to start thinking about pushing middle, putting the AWP in Palace, for example.
It's worth the risk because you've got a round basically left over in the bank, and you can break them. So do something unexpected, get in their face, and give them no chance in the round at all. Nitro's gone, you called it, and he's not, does he go all the way up? He's going to. He's got the jump, great mechanics to get onto the railing and hold Cat. That means the gap in the smoke favors him, but no commitment. At least they get information from this. No one's crossed that. Good find as well from Nitro. Olaf did not expect it at all. And the A ramp certainly becomes a problem. Twist is ready for it. Twist knew that they were going to be there, expecting the fight. He takes 2. Rain and Kerrigan go down as Guardian has to slow things, but he can't. Twist comes alive yet again on the defense as, again, information. Nitro knew that they weren't there. There was nothing inside of the B apartments either. When they're at the ready, they certainly can take the fight to FaZe, as it looks like this could go 6-0 with no money yet again. No bomb plant either on the max loss bonus.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Not a single kill or any damage inflicted. That's kind of insane for a team like FaZe as well. But yes, perfect positioning there from Nitro. You could see he was ready for that first frag. Had a nice little angle for it. Olofmeister just walks into his crosshair. And at that point, it's all down to Twist, who gets 3. Nico left in a 5 versus 1. Almost nothing he can do with this. Even if he finds 1 kill, he'll be traded out instantly. They're closing him in from T-spawn as well. Liquid have turned up the play in the second map, as they're almost guaranteed now The 6-0, you can see Nico running out of time and space. He'll fall back. He knows he's probably be closed in at this point.
He's smirking too. Look at him. He's like, I know they're coming this way. All right, Nitro.
Feeling it now. Some smiles on their faces. They might have lost the first map, but this is looking much better. As you mentioned, no bomb plants really at all. Just the pistols, the only round it went down. So at this point, they still have to take a partial by CZ's, Tech9's, Deagles, there's Twist that lights them up. With the M4A4, you can hear the crowd coming to life as well. Starting to believe that we could go to cash. An excellent map to close it out. Both teams very well versed on it.
Yeah, I don't know who I would pick on cash, to be completely honest with you.
I might edge Liquid slightly there.
Mirage does get overrun by the CZ. That means the Krieg's now picked up and in action. Nitro missing 2 shots, has to force off of this. There's no one directly in A, so this could be the bomb plant that's been missing for FaZe. It's not like they're gonna get any further bonus or loss bonus. It's maxed out already, but the bomb plant, the missing piece in the puzzle. Nitro still trying to get some information. Taco through. Digged up, however, means he's traded out by Guardian. We still stay at 3-on-3. That Krieg was not picked up. I take it back. I thought they would have gotten that from Elige, but they didn't commit to going to jungle, which means the pistols is all they work with, but that seems to be enough. Nico takes down Naf. Smoke, Nitro trying to keep himself alive at this point in time. Twist's gonna rotate around to join him.
Well, it's a slightly deeper smoke, so they've got 2 orbs on the retake here as well. AK-47 available, might not have a chance to show us what it's made of though, as still the smoke down and proving to be a bit of a nuisance.
I wasn't sure if they spotted the bomb on the radar after that or not, but they're gonna push through. Deagle takes out Twist. Knife Turtle gets 1. He's been in this position the entire round. 2 kills already for it, but it's Nico going against him. All versus all, but the Deagle for Nico, and it's the first round for FaZe.
He's got the AK, decides to use the Deagle instead, and completely eviscerates Nitro on the other side. That's quite beautiful.
It was an eco win that led to the turnaround on Inferno.
That's a very good point.
Keep that in mind.
Oh, he had the AWP, I take it back. So he picked that up and then pulls the Deagle out, but it doesn't seem to matter what kind of weapon he has. You see what it means to Rob Ann as well. You're right, this was the beginning of the end, really. After FaZe got their first round on Inferno, Liquid need to try and avoid that prospect once again. They've got plenty of cash here. As it starts to be depleted though, the reinvestment coming through. They've gone for the single orb so far. Will they go for 2 once again? There's actually an orb down for Elige, so money actually weaker than I anticipated going into this round after finding 6 clean rounds in a row. Nico, the absolute nemesis of Team Liquid on Inferno. He'll find the first round. He's top ranking once again, 5 and 6 in terms of his overall stats. And we'll get into round number 8 here. FaZe have arrived on Mirage. Can they start building up momentum like they did before? Looks like the set piece off the bat. They just want to get that bomb down as quickly as possible. And we are seeing Nitro moving around now freely as he'll get the first kill, make it a double as he takes down Renan Olofmeister. FaZe have no choice but to flood into the site, and can they get the trade on Nitro here?
Gets himself away, Twist keeps him alive, he plays reverse fire, bomb down. What a way to start the round. This is a reset. Oh my. You said that they could have gone aggressive last time. What a time to do it, and they just slide into position.
That was to avoid that prospect as well. The fact both of them challenge at the same time is to make sure they're using that quote-unquote buddy system. If there is a kill that goes against him, they can trade it out, but not if he gets the collateral double kill. That's actually kind of insane that happens, and you're right, that's a full reset round as well. Guardian has to save this AWP. He's got $4,000. He'll get $1,400 on top of that next round. His teammates sit on 0 right now. What a way to get back into it. Liquid with 5 players alive, that's guaranteed the round victory. And now can they find Guardian? Definitely worth the hunt here as they have the bomb. There's no chance of that going down.
Guardian just wants the op at this point in time, not even playing for the round. Second time we'll see a T save if he's successful in doing so. Second time that he'll be involved in it as well.
That's right.
Taco certainly hunting. No easy task to take this weapon from his hands, however.
He's done it, though.
Yeah, I think he has. He's looked the wrong way. Okay. Saw the gun barrel, and exactly that. Did tink him still with the M4. Goddamn M4. As Nitro rotates around, Guardian's already on the move. He knows they're all going to be heading that direction.
That's exactly why Naf and Twist are using the AK, so they don't have to suffer the same fate as Taco there. Time running out. Looks like Guardian may have done enough there as he sits patiently in towards that underpass position. Looks like he will be successfully taking it to the next round. He gets no extra cash, but He has got 4,100 right now. So he can drop an AK. They pretty much have to force this, I would say. They're going to get 1,900 next round. It's still not enough for a buy. You've got a Guardian AWP, and he can drop an AK as well. Maybe 2 SMGs if they're that way inclined. It looks like Carrigan will start things off. He's gone for the P250 armor combo. Surprised he didn't take a timeout here, to be honest. But there it is, AK drop for Nico. The rest of them investing what they can with the pistols here. Deagles, CZs, P250s, and that saved AWP and AK. Oh, did he spot him there? Not quite. As he gets flashed, he'll get dinked in the process, but luckily through the wall.
Yeah, I was going to say, clipped the edge of the cement, so unfortunately, from the Liquid side of things, more fortunately for Guardian, considering he's got the AWP carried over, he only goes down to 71. Taco smokes off the apartments, sprays it as well. That reveals his tracers. He's got to be a little bit careful here. Olaf does have a Deagle, so if he finds a chance headshot through that smoke, he's going to have problems. Cheeky little spray through the wooden window as well. Do love to see that. Those chance kills and damage. Oh, Guardian, Elige. All that was sticking out was his elbow, and he makes it work. That looked like it was close. I think the X-ray might have been misleading.
I think you might be right.
I think he may have just been behind the wall still at CT. Nitro holds against Rain. He's got to be careful with that smoke out, though. He does go down. Nico's actually gone to get the AK, picks it up, and with Nitro trying to smoke himself off, was defenseless to Nico's position. It's now 3-on-3. This would be the second, I'll call it an eco, but I remember they did start with the AWP, but the second lesser weapons round. Does that make sense, Henry?
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
You know what I'm trying to get at?
Yeah.
That FaZe win, and it would be the only other round that they win. So Liquid's really got to tidy up in these situations. Another bomb plant for FaZe off the back of it. They've got decent post-plant position already. Naf gets access from CT. And Olaf, is he really going to go that far? He wants to just check the flank. Meanwhile, Whitley does that. Look at Naf. He can slide all the way in through the smoke. Kerrigan's never going to expect it. So that's one quick kill. Nico, however, still with the AK, finds Taco, is ready for Naf as well. Turns it around, but Naf slides underneath his crosshair. That should be the round because Olaf's revealed 2 to hold him off. Naf can continue the angle while he defuses. If he goes back out now, though, on the Deagle and lines it up. Baby Twist just gets away with it.
He was hoping that one kill would be enough. It would get Twist off the bomb, but not quite. FaZe can't sink their teeth into this first half at all. Tantalizingly close there too. Stopping the defuse, getting stuck in, but didn't quite work out for Olaf Meister there. Very good attempt, comes right down to the final shot here. You can see the defuse bar at the top. If he hits the instant headshot there, he wins the round, but you can see what it means to Team Liquid. They continue their perfect performance here on Mirage. It's another eco for FaZe after forcing in the previous. They've got no armor, upgraded pistols, and 3 HEs to the window. Those are delivered, but not quite close enough to Elige. He takes about half damage, and they're gonna try and jump in the window after him.
It is worthy of note as Kerrigan opens up the killing as well. And look at Rain's position. He's all the way through to CT. Even if Liquid win this round, because of how close the last one was, their money's not amazing. So every kill counts. And that's why I mentioned Rain's position. If he can continue to sneak in behind them, even if he picks up a gun, it all counts.
So we're getting to the danger zone here for FaZe. They're going to be 9-1 down. Maybe not if Rain can find a couple more kills like that. That's in the B bomb site. Finds Taco, still time to work with here. Unfortunately, the bomb's all the way down at T spawn, so Guardian's got to go recover that. There's another duel going on towards B. Rain does spot one as short, but a minute to work with. Needs to hold on to the side while his teammate rotates through.
I'll try and get the plant off this. The fact that he's gifted the entire B site as well as getting that weapon, I thought, again, it was just going to be a flank for kills. They still can make this work. Plant's going to happen. Guardian gets there. Smoke down towards short, but Twist's great shot to find Rain. Bomb gets planted, so it does still go down. But they'll get the round on Liquid side. 2 kills, and I keep this as a note because if FaZe win a round convincingly now, they can turn this half still. That 9-1 score hasn't built up that much money.
It's true. There's still a chance of a FaZe. We can get 4 or 5 rounds on the T side. That's still enough. Liquid cannot relax at this point. They cannot turn it down. They need to make sure they're winning every single round and focusing on getting us to a 3rd map, which is Cash. We'll see what round number 11 has in store. It's going to be Guardian on the AWP. Up against Twist this time. He's certainly proficient with the weapon, as we've seen. A lot of the players on Liquid can pick up the AWP at any time. This is the aggression we talked about before. It looks like a bit of an overcommitment to me. Taco there alone with an angle like that with no utility used, but luckily there's a very powerful grenade as Karrigan just helps himself to the B bomb site. Twist will miss the shot, and surely that's the chance for the bomb to be planted here.
Not only that, the smoke down, I was going to say it's a chance for Karrigan to push through checkers and catch them off. A single flash if he was at the doorway, and that would have been lethal, but thankfully a gap in the smoke shuts him out of it. Naf! It's Elige that actually got the shot, just barely sneaking back as Naf gets the assist on it, but watch the lineup because Elige swings out from the left. It's now 10-1. This is a whole different story. This is Mirage, which Liquid, yeah, okay, they play it, but it's not their choice, and it's against, in my opinion, one of the best Mirage teams in the world. The only reason I say one of is I think Fnatic today looked excellent.
Yes.
To be fair.
It did look extremely good, a scary prospect for the future. But that's another round where the bomb hasn't been planted now. We're getting to the fourth stage lost players. I think we need another eco here. FaZe are just having an absolute nightmare on the T side of Mirage. They're going to purchase up an AK for Rain. That's all they've done so far. This is a tactical timeout. Trying to work out what they can do. No one's really fragging too hard. Liquid just look absolutely spot on with their setups. The calculated aggression as well. Sure, Taco went down first, but look at this retake. Unbelievable scenes as Elige continues to look strong with that AUG. Double kill to close it out. Nothing they could do. No plan found. And it is going to be the full commitment to force buy here from FaZe. They know they need a few rounds here. Can't really afford an eco at this point, or, in the same token, afford much weaponry. A couple of AK-47s, a Galil, 2 UMPs, barely any grenades. And we go into the next round here where Liquid have got such an upper hand. Third map's looking likely at this point. I'll try my best.
Guardian and Karrigan slowing things down considerably. There has been a reasonable tempo to this game. Certainly for the early exchanges, and then the mid-rounds have been a little more concise from FaZe. Karrigan, good entrance. That's more like the trade. Elige couldn't follow it. UMP at that range wins out against the AUG. That's 2 kills with none in return from Liquid. Naf's gonna give it a go. Third time's a charm. That would have been a kill if he even collected the shin bone. Karrigan sits with 6 HP. Swap guns over as a result of it. Make sure the M4 gets into hands more healthy as he'll stay on the UMP. Rotation goes back. Twist missed this shot last time, needs to make up for it. Jump across, he certainly does. Karrigan goes down, and that's the low HP player. They can afford to send him first. Almost would have been beneficial for him to find a second player instead, which he has now done. So is Rain. As Rain goes, so is Naf, excuse me, as Rain goes down. Nitro's got Nico, and it's 11-1.
It's such a sick little setup in the B side. Comes down to the 1v1 for the first time in a while. But you can see 2 players on the bench. Nafai almost didn't need the backup there. He shuts down 3 of them with the rifle and just leaves Nitro with a guaranteed frag. Gave him the information, cleans it up, and that was the force buy, remember. They're going to have to take another eco here. They're 11-1 down. This is agonizing for FaZe, as Team Liquid have presented a perfect CT side here on Mirage. You can't poke any holes in this. They're showing aggression. They've got great crossfires. The orb's looking great for Twist. They're not overextending. They're working together on those retakes. Everything's looking superb. And FaZe just don't have a response for this. As they go into Deagle, Speedy 50s and CZs, they're going to go for the A execution here with a couple of smokes thrown in. Looking at that bomb down primarily and see what happens after.
Twist now stepping alive with the AWP. Knows they're in sight. Doesn't want to overcommit to the peak, though, and get caught out by anyone straggling in late. Boost up. They turn it around, thankfully, and they stay on the boost. They don't even drop a player. They don't even drop the position. The gap in the smoke, trying to see through it. Safe side of the box, knowing that CT was clear. They will at least get the plant down on the FaZe side, but no kills in their favor. Remarkable performance so far from Liquid. Team coordination just a step above, and they'll slow it again now to make sure they can trade it and work it effectively against the Pistols. Guardian knows the situation. Deagle's got to get close, needs to take the fight. Flash through, couldn't find kills. Nearly got a lineup with the Deagle, but only yields 1, and Naf closes out on 2, so that means the fuse again.
Well, the bomb's planted at least, man. That means that FaZe will have a decent buy going to the next round, and heaven knows they need it right now, because at this point, they are 12-1 down in the second map of this best-of-3. This is our final semi-final of the day, of course, and looks like Cash is coming up next. If FaZe can find 12-3, there's always a chance. Round 14 Guardian, we'll have a look at his spawn. It's not great. They'll be heading towards middle back of the pack. As we come to the closing stages here, we've got 2 orgs on the CT side. That's going to be for Naf and Elige.
Oh, push up mid, nade down. Kerrigan certainly thought there was going to be, didn't he? Bailed out in a hurry. Taco, as Taco does, playing on the van. He's so elusive. It's such a predictable spot. He sprays into the smoke. You can see the tracers, but he times his stutter steps so perfectly and gets the kill.
Taco's had a great game here. He's only got 7 frags, to be fair, but every time they come in towards B, it seems like he's finding the kills that are required. He hasn't had much action, but he's getting the job done.
Goes right back to when he was disciplined in the second round, sitting behind the bench, made sure the time was low before he peaked, and there was no chance to plant. Elige has to be somewhat careful here. They don't need to overextend. They've got the advantage, but they want the information. The problem is they've just gifted 1 kill to Nico. Thankfully, Elige is up to his old habits, takes it back. Watch for Twist to look at Connector.
Oh, Twist, he can look all he likes, but he's going to be killing people as well. That's the second as he looks to close things out here. 4 players alive up against Kerrigan, and Nafly takes him down. It feels like a locked-in map now, as we'll see Twist close things out in style. Absolutely superb by him. Final round of the first half, it's 13-1. I can't believe I'm saying that after the performance FaZe put in on Inferno. They've got no sniper here for the final round. It's going to be the Krieg again for Kerrigan, surrounded by 4 AKs. Guardian's got barely any utility. Clinical stuff there from Twists. Round 15 map. And it has to be the execution. At least they got the bomb down with that approach before. They're actually going to rush it, I think. Straight out, and look who's waiting for is the big man himself. Twist will take rain down, and it looks like we're going to see one of the best halves of the tournament so far. A CT performance that was nothing short of perfect, man. 5-on-2, Kerrigan and Nico, nothing to do here. Twist is not missing a single shot, and he's looking to close things out as well. My God, that's good. 14-1.
14-1, and this time Nico leads the way again, but it's only with 9 frags. Meanwhile, everyone on Liquid firing. We'll take a break. This could be a fast second map. Cash seems likely. After getting absolutely dismantled on Inferno, Liquid have turned this around. They're on Mirage, not their map choice, and it is 14-1 after the first half.
It goes just to prove, Matt, that one round they gave up, the infamous one in Inferno, the full eco victory for FaZe, you have to give it to Liquid. They looked like this team before that happened. If they could hold their mental fortitude, it seems to be the final puzzle they have to solve in this lineup. But if they get in the zone and they start finding success, it's very difficult to remove them from it. 14-1 is an absolute death sentence here. Yeah, sure, FaZe are an amazing team, but they're not perfect by any stretch, and I'm not sure they can recover this as we get into the first round of the second half. It has to be a win for FaZe, and I'm sure you're all aware of that. As we'll see FaZe on the CT side, they've got one kit, a smoke, and Olaf Meister will receive the Molotov to push him back from the window.
Elise wants to get through as well.
Oh
Twists again, that's his 21st kill, those two. Nitro goes on top of it, make it a third for him in the pistol. That's all from aim 8. The activity was going toward connector and window, and somehow he just decimates them from distance. As Kerrigan tries to go back through, no chance on it. Elise was there the whole time. 5 alive, second pistol, 15-1. Pack it up and move on. Oh, there it is.
They're feeling it now. Once they got the 15-1 scoreline, it's got to be in the bag at this point. Looks at that third map. Is absolutely guaranteed. I can't see a world where FaZe can find 14 rounds in response. We'll see what they can do with the double scouts, the Deagles, the CZ. That should be it at this point. If not this round, probably the next. We'll see if they can hold on. Who really could have predicted this, Matt? After a 16-7, like you said, dismantling Liquids on Inferno. Their pick. Who would have thought FaZe get blown out of the water? 16-1 on theirs as we go in towards the B side. There is damage done here. Nico looking for Deagle shots, but can't find them. It's now a 5 versus 3. Kerrigan will be dropped as well. It looks like we've got a guaranteed victory here. Olaf Meister gets nothing, and that's going to be it. 16-1 in favor of Team Liquid to see us off to a third map. What a comeback that is.
What a message that is. FaZe have to reconsider all of this. They looked so confident in map 1. How do you rebound? How do you take this break and turn it back into victory on Cash? We said it. Cash is dead even. I'm with you. I think I favor Liquid on it more so after that performance.
Well, it was FaZe that looked unstoppable on Inferno, but Liquid have looked stunning on Mirage. Who's going to be delivering the goods on the third? I have no idea. It's all up in the air, and we'll see what happens after this break. We're back with the analysts.